That's just
Right.
me. That's just what I've always been attracted to.
Right.
I don't know. I guess because I've always been a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
I've had older sisters or whatever.
You're a little ahead
But
of your time.
yeah, but I just think that
I'm coming, y'all.
if there's that big age gap, like that young to that old,
yeah,
you both know what it's about.
You see, y'all, I'm sitting here again with my sis as we come into these episodes now on conversations that we're going to have with you guys, right? Like, again, you already know we on Total Defined Entertainment. That's every week. The ENT Relationship Show is going bananas right now. Y'all must tune in. I'm telling you, some of these topics we'll have tonight are going to be very interesting because I think it's a lot of different scenarios we could play. So we're going to take some time with y'all tonight. We're not going to rush it. We ain't got a whole lot to do. We got food coming, so we all right? So, me and my sister had a conversation this week, and you already know that's Miss T. Miss T, introduce yourself. I can't do that. I'll be remiss. I can't do that.
Hi, I'm Miss T. You can find me on Tyra Sherelle on Instagram, Tyra Sherelle on Facebook, Tyra Sherelle on TikTok, and Tyra Sherelle on YouTube. I'm on YouTube.
Listen, and you got to promote the new show. Come on. And we can't, listen, we finally picked the name. Now, I don't know how well this will go over with Latif, but me and T picked the name. And she ultimately has the last, final decision.
And I didn't tell you this too. Like I didn't get it because the week's been crazy, but I haven't gotten a chance to tell you that. Like I'm even thinking about
something else.
Something
going on, y'all.
But listen, I need a clone.
Them boots are mad cute. Them boots are killing them.
Thank you.
Y'all see that?
Thank you.
She outshined me this week, y'all. I just got on a pair of regular old Air Force.
But look at us. Look how similar we are.
I'm telling you, our stylist, we need to pay him extra because somehow he's making sure when he pulls out my outfit and then he pulls out her outfit, somehow we coordinate that week.
Your hat, my shirt.
I know, right? So how was your week?
My week was stressful, chaotic.
Let's talk about that a little bit because we talked about something that I think is near and dear and true to your heart.
Yeah.
Not only your family, but I think, just the audience in general, we all were praying for you in those situations.
Yeah, I felt that too. A lot of support, love and support came from everyone, but my niece was missing, and we kind of already when
me and Latif took that very serious.
When we realized she was missing, we kind of already knew from the beginning that we would kind of be going in there alone, really without a lot of support from law enforcement, right?
Yeah.
But we still had to do it formally, file the missing person report and all of that. Because she turned 21 on March 1st.
Yeah.
And that's what really raised the red flag. Wait a minute.
Guys, yeah.
No post, because she's on social media.
Right.
She's active.
Right.
And she was excited about her 21st birthday. So we went and we formally filed the police report, kind of talked to, even her closest friends was like, where's she at?
Yeah.
But then, after we filed the police report and we really didn't get anywhere with that, we reached out to No Gun Zone. Shout out to No Gun Zone.
Hey, listen, big shout out to No Gun Zone, considering this situation.
They do what they do, and when I sent the message, I thought I had to wait. You know what I mean? It's kind of all of these followers, this is No Gun Zone. They don't care about my little message. I got to wait until they get around to it. Kid you not, I sent the message, and I think 30 minutes later, he just put the post up. I didn't know. He didn't say any, not a damn word to me. Not how long, nothing.
Wow.
He just posted what I sent to the message.
And I just want y'all, I want y'all to understand this, right, in real time, because I also had a situation that was very close to home with a buddy of mine who's suffering from dementia. And, when he was out here and we were looking for him, and just the camaraderie we had as a culture, right? And what that looks like in real time, understanding that, is bigger than us, right? So networking, talking to people is not that difficult. Just to communicate in a way where the No Gun Zone pretty much saved her niece's life.
And we were desperate. She was desperate. We have to understand that a lot of times when these young people go missing, they're not always with a boy. They're not always just the way they need help.
Right.
Rather that's
and it could be something more than what
exactly. And so we reached out, and I think that night after the post went up,
Yeah.
I was getting
Yeah.
messages like,
Now,
"Hey."
how soon after that did you guys get a call or
That
somebody got a
night.
text? Oh,
That night.
wow.
That night. They
That
saw the
fast.
post on No Gun Zone, and we were skeptical because where they were saying where we could probably find her, it was kind of like,
Keyshawn.
no, that's not where she at. Like, why? You know,
Keyshawn,
but
you know what to do.
you good?
Yeah, no, go. Keep going.
But of course, you got to follow every lead, right?
It's just your boy doing
So, we did, and we were sitting outside of this place at 6 a.m. and the next morning,
Okay.
and sure enough, we found her, and she
Nice.
needed us.
Yeah.
And I was able to get some sleep, you know, because
Yeah.
you lose sleep, you're
Right.
you're worried,
Right.
you're, you know.
And I think, you know, just you saying that, right? Like, that's something that I think will go a long way with her,
Mhm.
you know, because, you know, sometimes you feel like your family isn't there. And then
That is true.
once they wrap their arms around you, and this is one of the things I try to implore to my own kids, like, I'm not going to be here forever, but I love you guys unconditionally, meaning there's nothing in this world I wouldn't do had that been the situation for us, right? So, you know, we prayed for Miss T. We're just so thankful that her niece has made it back home, sound and safe. You know, prayers went a long way. We appreciate all of them. We appreciate all of the DMs. We appreciate all of the support that you guys were willing to give, understanding what those circumstances look like. So, Miss T, we humbly thank you for even sharing that with us.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be able to do it alone, you know. We needed everybody that showed up for us. We needed it. And forever grateful.
Yeah. And listen, man, we are back again. This is now episode 9, right? Like, it's unbelievable that this show in a couple of weeks is going to be coming to its conclusion. So we got to see how we're going to spin that into Mrs. T show, which she was about to announce, but I had to go into her niece. So now you get to do that.
So,
and what is your show going to be like? Let's.
Man, like, I think from the very first episode, we're getting right into it. Like, it's going to be, I mean, I can't even say edgy.
Is it going to be an explosion of femininity?
A little bit.
Please don't do the man bash.
No, we don't do that.
Okay,
we love men. We love dick. We talk.
There we go. See, now listen, it's after dark. I told you
we love our king, so it's no man bashing. You know what I mean? But
and that's what we want. You don't want malice because we don't beat people up on our show.
Absolutely not. But I think we are going to be spilling the tea on a lot of things that men may want to know. You know?
Yeah, because I think you need to call some of your girlfriends out here out, considering today's climate. And me and you had this discussion, and I want to kind of go further into that about this whole thing that we discussed, which was the courting thing. And you really went ham back there in the green room, so I'm dying to hear it again. Like, so
I'm set in my ways, okay?
Let me just set the stage for y'all, right? So I sent her a few videos early in the week. We picked, it might be 20, 30 videos I might send, sometimes 5. I'm just sending videos all week, just trying to pick her brain for where we're going to go with a conversation. And it was a young lady on someone's live podcast, and she was asked, she pretty much posed this question to the audience. What's wrong with a woman courting a man and doing all of the same things that he would do? Now she's got to do that, for us. And T had an interesting way of, responding to this, and I thought it was, debatable. So that's why we're gonna see what she said.
They're gonna hate me, but I don't care.
No, it's not about hate. It's about sharing your opinion. It's your opinion. Come on, talk to me.
For me, I'm not doing it. If we're not established and you're not my man, I'm not courting you. That's like when a woman get on their knees and ask a man to marry them. That's not what we do. And I'm not, and
that's
I'm not.
That's a bit extreme, y'all. But
it is. It's exactly the same thing, and it's the same thing in a sense when men are, they're natural hunters. They're supposed to prey on. They're supposed to hunt their prey.
But
right?
Some men are laid back, though. Some men are
that's
very,
not my fault.
I get it, and we're all attracted to certain types of people, right? Like that's why we all don't date the same individuals. That's why, like. See, I couldn't. No, that's my kind of dude, and we talked about that on previous episodes. And I think, when she starts doing her own show, we got to understand there's a transparency there, right? but it's also a situation where you got to play fair.
Yeah.
Because we've all been through those emotional roller coasters.
And it's just our opinion, how we feel.
Yeah.
And
so
some
give
of
a
our
little bit more insight
so
on
there's
why
no
you
right
feel
or
the way
wrong.
you feel.
Well, because I feel like a man is supposed to court a woman. It's simple as that. Like today, there's like men are constantly saying, "Oh, she's too masculine. Oh, she won't submit." Okay, then why do you guys want? And when I say you guys, I don't mean you specifically, but in general. How can we be feminine if you guys want the same treatment that should be given to us?
You know,
you're asking us.
Let me just say this though, right? Like real quick. I just want to say, but we're all different, right? Like, so I think what might work with just say E might not work with Latif. You understand?
Yeah,
no,
it's true.
And we know we live in an emotional time, right? Like,
right.
It's not as simple as when we were coming up.
Right.
So things are a little bit more. There's just so much information out there about the individual that it makes it difficult for somebody not to already kind of know you with not knowing you. So it's social media has just made it so easy to court.
If you're my man, you're going to get all of that. If you're my man, you're going to get all of that. If we're dating and you're courting me or whatever, you're not going. Okay, there's some. You have to be, like you said, you have to be fair. There's some reciprocation in some things, right? But you're not going to expect me to. I'm not going to court a man and then 6 months down the line, I'm like, what are we? And he's like, oh, we're just friends. We're kicking it. We just, whatever. No. When we're established in a relationship, I'll fly you in. I'll buy you this. I'll buy you that. I'm going to lick your balls. I'm going to suck your dick. I'm going to do all of that because you're my man. But you don't get the best part of me without us establishing what we are.
Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing though, right? Like, and let's do this because I mean, you can call me what you want. I'm going to just say distinguished, right? I'm a distinguished gentleman. And because of that, right. As I sip on my little last bit of Douce, she about to give me some of her drink. Hold on, y'all.
You need a cup.
I just say that because I said this to her. There's things that a lot of these women have never experienced, right? When it comes to courting, love.
That is true.
Connection, vibration, energy. All of the things that just settle her because that man's vibe is just what it is. It's on 110. I love it. The way he moves, how he talks to me. And I say all that to say that there's a real way of courting someone and being able to relate to them at the same time. So when that question's posed to you, which T said, what are we? What aren't we? Yeah. Take that one to the bank. What aren't we? Because together, we're always going to be what we are, right? So I'm never afraid to speak on...
Until the next one come along, and he's
but again,
and he's doing all of that, and he's, giving these wonderful experiences, and then you're asking, what are we? He's like, oh, we're just friends.
I don't,
When do we have the conversation?
But this is the thing, right?
How long?
A lot of things don't have to be said that right? As you get older, and we know this, folks, right? This is only on Total Defined Entertainment, man. We on YouTube. We ain't hard to find. The ENT Relationship Show. Now, I'd be remiss not to mention, the people that really help me do what I do. That's always Best Care. Dr. Brian Green, of course, Create Creations. Best food in the city, y'all. Listen, my grandkids had the time of their life. Listen, I ain't got to say much. I'll just say Nickelodeon. So, other things that, of course, that helps this ball spin, PIW, that's Bills, that's Knox, Cocky Connections, that's Kira. You already know. And then we got Keisha's Passion for Fashion. Hopefully my girl, she just sent me a text, so I'm hoping, something happens.
She'll be back.
But, so T, and I just say that to say that, right, like, and I said this to you, we're all different, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so I think what I bring to the table and what somebody else might bring to the table, the landscape's going to tilt a little bit because I have an edge, because that edge is right here, right? Because me and T talked about this too a couple episodes back. It becomes so mental that for me, and this is just me, the sex is no longer the main priority. It isn't. I need
at
to
all.
know where you are mentally. Are you able to handle what we got going on, right? Like, because I live a certain lifestyle, I want to continue to live it, and I have high standards, and I expect that person to be on that same vibration. And
So,
it is no disrespect to anybody, but that's
but when
just
is
me.
that established though, E? And that's okay.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
But at what point, like, do you establish that in the beginning? Because you can't have expectations without a conversation. You know what I mean? The conversation have to be.
But let me just say this real quick. But we're talking the whole time.
Right.
Like me and you communicate.
Right.
So, and I think, we talk about this all the time, and you said it, best a couple shows ago. We know communication is the key.
It is.
Come on, talk about that.
Because if you say to me, hey, we're just kicking it. We're just enjoying these wonderful experiences. No labels, no roles, no nothing. Nothing.
Right.
I get to decide if that's what I want, right?
Facts.
I get to decide, okay, then I don't got to figure out what we are, because here we are having a conversation. This is all we are.
That's so dope you said that, because remember we said, you pretty much start how you finish, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now that becomes a situation where we say to ourselves, like, okay, I'm going to just be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, and I want you to be able to say, E, I respect that. And I tell you guys this all the time, and I'm just telling you it works. Being honest and telling someone what it is from the very beginning. Let me get my mic a little closer so y'all can understand.
Eliminates a lot of confusion and chaos.
It eliminates her feeling anxiety about what that relationship really looks like, because you're letting her know in the beginning, hey, I just want to have fun. So now, once you tell her you just want to have a fun thing, she knows that, okay, well, nigga, I can still go see other people.
Exactly.
And that choice is mine. You're going to have to kick rocks. We get that, but mentally, fellas, you got to get there. So, and that's the part. Same thing with females. I'm not holding them accountable, because, come on, let's be real. You have to take that accountability. Do you want me for just a booty call, or do you want either still that part?
Let me know
that part,
because I think men would be surprised at how much we are down with, or would agree with, if the conversation is had.
Yeah.
We don't like feeling like, oh, I thought this is what it was.
Right.
And now here I am.
No, that's
because,
dope.
I mean, we are naturally emotionally attached.
No, that's a fact. No,
you know what I mean?
It's all here with women.
So it's like, if you have the conversation, one, I'm in control of me, right?
Yeah.
So we have the conversation. I get to decide, is this something that I want to partake in, right? And I may in the beginning, but then feelings may get involved, right?
No, that's a fact.
So then there might come a time where we have to revisit the conversation. Like, okay, I know we said.
I just need to reestablish what we're doing.
Is this what we're still doing?
Right.
And then he or she get to say, hey.
You know what is funny? I just want to say this to you. I feel like when women do that, let me just be real, y'all. When they get to that point where they ask you that question after y'all been, doing the 1-2 for a minute, it's pretty much telling you, and I'm just keeping it a buck. Now, you might be getting your walking papers soon as that whole lingo.
Because there's already somebody else in line. No, real shit. And I'm asking you.
No, this is why.
And I'm asking you.
Hey, Ron, I told you she a lot, bro. So whatever you got to do, you better do it. I hate to mention you again this week, but it just had to happen. It had to happen.
And he noticed. And.
You got something on your hands, Jack. We're about to get some spicy Chinese too.
But we asked that question because we want to know how to proceed. And because we want to know how to proceed because there's somebody else.
And I think just what we talked about before too, and not to cut you off, but I just want to enlighten you on how your brilliance is. But you said that, like, understanding what it looks like.
Yeah.
And I think, and that's something that we all need to take.
Right?
Yeah, right. The accountability part. Like, for so long, I was a dirt diggler, you know what I mean? Like, I was just, I was all
dirt diggler.
Yeah, I was wild. You know what I mean? I'm talking 2-3 a day. I mean, y'all could fill in the blanks however y'all want. But in any event, I say that to say that, like, when you live a certain lifestyle and there's certain things that you've seen, you've done, places you've touched ground on, and doing some things to become things. And I just say that to say that, like, we all live in life at a different pace. Somebody say, "Dan, why you always so vibrant, so happy?" Bro, I'm blessed to still be in the presence of a beautiful woman who understands this relationship thing that we talk about every week. You know, that's why we implore y'all to just come to the channel, check it out. I'm telling you, don't get no more dynamic than this. But here's another one, T. So we had another conversation. He's showing, give me my phone since you ain't
I
taking no
think you be
pictures.
purposely trying to trigger me. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Did you take something now? Cool.
Because I get up in the morning and I see these videos and I'm like, oh,
don't
man.
I love you, brother. So now.
I think my cup is leaking.
No, you need to leak some of that into my cup.
You want me to put it up?
Get a little bit.
Because in the car, I feel like.
Going,
oh, see,
back here to drink, though, and we got ice.
No, here it is, because.
Hold on, babe.
I'm trying to go to
I'm coming, y'all. I'm coming. You know I'm old. Give me a second.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be like that wet right there. But where is it coming from?
All right, go to sis.
It's all right.
Can't miss her because she's always in my top 10. So now we'll go to another subject that I think,
because all of them was spicy.
So we're gonna let them talk about it a little bit, then we're gonna fill in the blanks. And once we do this topic, we're gonna talk about Miss T's show. We're gonna get a little bit more in depth about that because I really want her to fill in some special guests that might be coming. Yeah. Some sisters that y'all ain't never seen before, and I'm hearing now. You know, I'm a cricketer, so I'm very particular. All right, T. I'm just letting y'all know. All right, so here we go.
Black women are the most single, and we have the biggest women. How do I know we're the most single? Real quick, y'all, here are the marriage numbers. Among all U.S. adults, 49% of women are currently married, compared to 53% of men. 27% of Black women are married. 49% never married. 34% of Black men married. 50% never married. 31.
All right, we I just want y'all to understand something in real time, right? Like, this is why the dating pool, the relationships that should be relationships, aren't relationships. Because if you do something like this person here was doing and give out the analytics, it looks in dire straits. But you got to really hit this concrete to see what it really looks like. So you got to court, you got to go out, and I agree with T. And that's one of the reasons why I give my sister her kudos, because she triggers me. And it makes it so enlightening because we think almost alike in a lot of ways, you know. And it never gets in the way of our gender. Like, she know I'm an alpha male, and I know she's an alpha chick. Yeah. So that's just how it is. So I think it makes the dynamic.
Listen, I struggle at home with that, and I try.
And listen, I sent you something else about that today.
Yeah,
about the alpha.
Yeah. And I could. Oh, come on! That was a trigger. That was a trigger for me.
Because that's you, though, in a lot of ways.
It is.
Because you're a dominating individual.
And I think
and you can be intimidated that part. Yeah. Because you walk with confidence.
Yeah, and
you should.
But you know what? The thing, I feel like, not even just now, like in my adulthood, but I feel like almost my entire life I've been misunderstood. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because even though I'm vocal, you know, I'm not loud, and I'm not like.
She said that the very first episode, y'all. This is crazy.
Yeah,
it goes to show you how true she is to herself.
I am, and my man struggles with that a little bit because I am who I am.
You know, and I'm gonna just say this in Ryan's defense and most guys' defense that has a very successful counterpart, someone who does exactly what they're supposed to do. And they make it look like what it's supposed to look like, right?
Yeah.
And there's no deficiencies there. So sometimes being in a male-dominated field that she's in, she has to play two roles. But now, where does she cut that role off once it gets into personal life? Because she's so used to being the rah-rah, and then all of a sudden, I got to go back to the femininity because I'm with my dude.
I think a lot of that. That's when we talked about it, and I was telling you, I think a lot of that, and not just with me, but with a lot of women, a lot of Black women, is trust.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like a man have to earn that trust for us to be able to trust that, okay, I can come home and I can say, I need you. Or I can't do this, and trust that you got me. Like and I told you, like from generation after generation after generation, we have been disappointed by men over and over and over and over again.
I see me. That's why I said, Dirk Diggler himself. For some reason, I don't know how this happened, but this is the type that I attract, and this is and reason why I say that, I just want y'all to understand that, like, a person who loves a challenge or the chase or is always on go. That was pretty much me. I mean, it's a mentality where they can feel it. I'm telling you, it's a vibration. You gotta have it, and people pick up on that kind of energy because when you speak with confidence. You speak with, the vibration that she's giving you, but you settle it a little bit. You coax her. You make her feel like she's home, and to me, like, that's just something that the average Joe ain't doing, and I know it because this generation don't know how to be that guy.
But you know what, too?
Or that person.
What I'm learning is that a lot of men never had to be.
That part.
And it's not because
this generation is all behind this.
It's not because they don't want to,
right?
Or that they can't.
Mm-hmm.
They never had to be. So if you're getting into a relationship where you're with a woman that requires the things that you never had to give, right? You're gonna, like, in that growth. When you're growing when you're uncomfortable, right? You start to feel uncomfortable, and it starts coming off as like, oh, she's too masculine, or oh, she want too much, or she's too much. No, you're uncomfortable, but you're growing.
You know what I want to say to that? And also, I have to be applauding your success, because at the end of the day, that's the way that works, right? Like, my babe came home the other day and she said, "Boop, got a 5% increase." She's saying about, moving to a new department. And I'm imploring her to always want to strive to
Congratulations to her.
Right. Yeah, kudos to Tony. So in real time, right, like, and that's what I mean about matching energy. It's not about solidifying who makes the most money or who's doing the most, whatever that looks like, right? You have to come to a common ground where we understand, I got you, you got me. No matter what. Whatever is in my bank account, trust me, we're going to use it if something in dire straits happen to anybody in her family, her or her kids included, right? So I think that dynamic is, and we discussed that, is so different when somebody feels secure. Know that they got you.
And that's a struggle for me.
You know what I mean? Like, that's
trusting. You have to, in order to kind of just excel, you have to be able to trust, and I'm working on that.
Sorry.
I'm working on that.
And that's something, again, we all struggle with. And I said this to you guys earlier in one of the episodes, but I'm speaking into existence now, which is, I had to grow up too, right? Like, I get into my bag sometimes, I talk slick, but I was that dude, and I know what that looks like. So to be able to turn that faucet completely off and pretty much go cold turkey, for the sake of where I'm trying to go in life, things I'm trying to do, some things are a little bit more harder to push away than others, but here's the key, right here, right in between this motherfucker right here. And I say that to say that, your mind controls everything, how you motivate yourself, how you get through the day, how you deal with relationships, no matter what those relationships look like, because everybody's different. So we have to be transparent when it comes to that, T. Like you said, understanding that there's another person on the side of that phone. There's another person on the side of that text. Yeah. And, just in today's climate, with all of the things that are going on, we're going to have a special guest next week, Caretha Moore, proprietor of Great Creations. And she's going to talk about domestic violence. And there's a lot of that going on right now. And it's unfortunate because I love my Black queens and I love women in general, because I have, first of all, a beautiful 78-year-old mother. Mom, I love you. 4 beautiful daughters, and to just now have 2 granddaughters. That's beyond blessed. So I say all that to say that, just to understand where we're going to go with that topic. Yeah. And it might get sensitive to some, but we want to really just implore that if you are having problems at home with domestic violence, man, get some help. whatever that looks like, you know what I mean? Calling your hotlines, getting a restraining order, whatever. But we want all you women to be safe out here. And again, I love my black queens, man. It's your boy E-Dubs. I'm always after dark. Total Define Entertainment. So listen, we are going to jump into giving y'all a little promo on my girl's new show that's coming out a couple weeks. Because this show, the ENT relationship show, that's not going to come back till later. Probably somewhere in the summer. I don't know. We'll see, because I got to get on here with some of her fits. So T, talk about this new show that you got coming, and what are your, like, not so much what are your expectations, but what do you expect of your guests? Because that's going to be the calling card, I think.
So
and I'm going to be one at one point.
You are.
With a bunch of women.
Yep.
I can't wait.
So I think the goal is to kind of like, because I feel like there's a lot of like podcasts and videos out there on like, oh, these men are giving like women the tea on what's really going on.
Right.
So that's going to be us in reverse, you know.
Wow. So she's going to combat some of y'all out here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But then also the guests are going to be all women, but outside of, you know, our special guests, which will be men, but not all that agree with what I have to say.
Yeah.
You know,
challenging you to a degree, like even when our producer told us, like, you know, Caritha's going to have some Q&As for us next week.
Yeah. We are all going to have...
We implore that, y'all. We implore it.
Yeah, our own opinions. We're going to have the ones that, you know, might think, oh, yeah, I'll get on my knees and propose to a man, and, you know, and we'll hear why. You know, so a little bit of everything.
That's dope.
From spicy to, you know,
Can I ask, did you come up with a name? Did we kind of figure?
So we've been playing around with it. I think this morning I said spilling the tea with Miss T. No, you gave that.
I gave you gave that suggestion. This one, and I thought it was super dope. Wait a minute, hold on, y'all. Let's see if she gets it right. If she, I'm so excited. If she doesn't get this right, she's got to take a shot.
Uh-oh.
All right, so wait a minute. I got you. Hold on. So she gets 2 more chances, y'all, to tell me what is the title of her new show. And if not, she's going to have to take a shot of whatever I choose.
All right.
And we said, and I give you a thumbs up. And then I sent you the Friday with George Jefferson.
Oh,
dancing.
shit.
Good morning, Sunshine.
But first of all, it'd be like 5 a.m. And I'd be half
All right, you know what? I gotta give my sis. So she said, and this was early, it was 5:37.
Yeah, see?
I know, and I'm so proud that she even texted me. She said, talk about it with Miss T.
Yes. So I did see, I didn't even remember.
She was still
that.
sleeping.
Yeah, I didn't even remember.
But she dreamt about it. She probably was talking around and talking to Miss T.
No, he was gone already. He's like up and out in the morning.
Okay.
But yeah. So
that's going to be the new show, y'all.
Because we don't know, like, we're going to touch on everything.
It can change.
Yeah.
Because I thought I had a good one, and she was gonna hope for that for a minute. You know, like I said, man, like you can't ask for.
We're gonna be a little messy though, so y'all be prepared. Like
that's what I said. This is about to be real talk. So I say that to say because, you know, when we have these conversations and I ask her certain things, and, you know, like I told her from the door coming onto the channel, Total Define Entertainment, man, we on YouTube. We ain't hard to find. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the support and love you guys give us. I'm telling you, man, the DMs have been going crazy. I love it. And yes, I will be doing something live, and I will be trying to get you guys to call in. It's just so difficult because everybody's got different schedules. So we're going to figure it out. But all that being said, you know, like I said again, Miss T's new show, talk about it with Miss T, spilling the tea, get the tea, how the tea going to come. She about to go ham on y'all. So we appreciate that, man. And again, I'm your boy E-Dubs. I'm always after dark. We coming back with the second part of our show. We got a couple more things we want to talk about. And then, like I said, we're going to spin the block, and we're going to talk about all of the things leading into our final episode. It's got to be explosive. We got to have a couple guests on here. I'm hoping she bring a couple females because...
I am. I'm going to bring a few of the
I need
females
that.
will
I need that energy.
be on the show, on my show. So
yeah. So all that being said, listen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all again. Reach us at Total Fine Entertainment. That's on YouTube. You can reach me at Eric Frazier. That's on Facebook. I'm Eastax Dope on Instagram. T, let them know where they can find you at, baby.
Tyra Sherrill on Instagram, Tyra Sherrill on Facebook, Tyra Sherrill on TikTok, and Tyra Sherrill on YouTube.
And we coming on TikTok. I'm me and my producer, we going through some things. But no, we're coming on TikTok. We're gonna have a big ass drop soon. Because I'm hearing some things and I need to be a part of that.
I'm not even on TikTok that much. Like, I'm trying to
kind of like... She already on there, so I need all these channels to connect. All right, y'all, man. We out of here. We love y'all. Peace.